Hello and welcome to Multiframe Webinar 3 Video 4 on working with loads. Moving on from joint and member loads, let's now take a look at how we can apply loads to areas and then automatically do tributary area calculations for the members around the edges of those areas. In Multiframe we have a concept called a load panel. A load panel is a planar area which pressure or area load can be applied to, and that planar area is supported along its edges by one or more members. When we apply that pressure or area load to the panel, then the loads will get transmitted to the supporting members. We start out by drawing the load panels in the frame window. The reason we do that in the frame window rather than the load window is so that we have all the other geometry and drawing commands available to us. Then once we come to apply the loads to the panels, those loads, like member loads, can be global or local in nature, and we also have the same option with respect to projected area. If we apply a global load, it can either apply to the projected area perpendicular to the load direction, or it can use the true area of the panel. Once we apply that load, Multiframe will automatically calculate the tributary areas for the supporting members and then calculate the distributed loads along those members. And as a convenience, Multiframe provides some tools for applying colors and labels to the load panels just to make it easy for you to manage them. So let's see how we create our load panels. Our load panel toolbar here provides a couple of different options for creating them. The first and simplest is just sketching from corner to corner to create a load panel. See a rectangular one there. We can also create load panels by sketching arbitrary shapes, so they can be 3 or 4 sided of arbitrary shape. And then we have our load panel properties toolbar here, and so we can show which sides of the load panel are supported. So you can see that by default it has put the supports for the members around the side, and as a consequence of those side supports we can then automatically show the tributary areas, so you can see that the load within each of those tributary areas is attributed to the member supporting that side. If we want to change the support, we can double click a load panel and change it to be a two-way, let's say, instead of a four-way panel, like so, to distribute the load just to the two supporting members. As a convenience, we can rotate that around, so if we use this command here, we can have the two-way go in the other direction if we want to, or just to the two columns. If we have a planar area of members, then we can create load panels automatically. We just select all the members in the plane and choose to automatically generate those panels. We can use all of our normal sketching tools in Multiframe, so we can select our load panels and use the copy command to copy from one side of the structure to the other. And if we rotate this around, go into a plan view, we can select the roof and use the mirror command to automatically mirror from one side of the roof to the other. So you can see creating the load panels is pretty straightforward. Now let's move over to the load window and apply some loads to them. So of course we select the load panels and then choose the type of load. It can be global direction or local direction. We choose the load direction and the pressure, and those loads will be applied. If I turn on the display of panel loads, we'll see them there like that. If we want to see the underlying distributed loads which have been created, we can turn those off and turn on the side loads. So remember, I made those a two-way panel. If I go back to the frame window and select those two members and make them, the first one four-way and this one three-way, I'll just check those tributary areas again. Then if we go back to our load window, you'll see that the tributary loads along the edges have been automatically updated and recalculated for us. And so if we want to put in say a wind pressure load, we can choose a local load relative to the orientation of the panel and see how that gets attributed to the side members, or just see the pressure loads themselves. So panel loads are a really convenient way to apply area or pressure loads and automatically have the tributary area calculations done for you to apply the loads to the remainder of the members supporting the structure. That completes our demonstration of panel loads. Thank you for watching.